What's up, everybody? I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. My name is Mel and welcome to my channel, Divine Feminine Works. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are the things that interest you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. Happy Libra season, everybody. I hope that so far this year has been treating you well. Can you believe that we're already up to Libra season though? Like, I feel like I say this every month, but I feel like this year is just, despite everything that's going on, this year is just flying by. Like, it really is. I don't know about you. I'm a Virgo sun, so I obviously love Virgo season, but I'm actually not too mad at Libra season either. I really like it. The autumn equinox, you know, going into fall, at least here in the northern hemisphere, like it's a great season. I like how the weather changes, the leaves change colors. I don't like how it's very dark early in the morning, but you know, that comes with the territory. And speaking of which, that's what the autumn equinox is all about. It's all about equal hours of sunlight to equal hours of darkness. So we have half and half, which is completely balanced. And that's the whole premise of Libra season. Libra season is all about balance. Obviously, the symbol for Libra is the scales. So it's about equality. It's about justice. It's about reciprocity. And it's about equilibrium. It's about finding that midpoint that sort of satisfies everybody. And that's really what Libra season is all about. It's also about, it's a focus on our relationships, our interpersonal relationships. So the relationships that you have with a spouse or with a partner, with a business associate. If you are doing business with people and you have contracts with people, that also falls under Libra as well. So those are the things that we're going to be focused on for this new season. I don't know about you, but some of my favorite people in the world are Libras. So I always, and I know a lot of them too. If you notice, and I don't know if you guys see this in your lives or see this with Libra people that you know, but all the Libras I know, every single last one, they all know a lot of people. Like, they may not have a lot of close friends, but as far as associates, like, they know everybody. Everybody knows them. You know, Libras are very social. They're the relationship sign. So of course they would be very social. They're very charming, charismatic. I have to say a lot of them are very good looking too. So yeah, so happy birthday to all the Libras out there. Enjoy your season, turn up, you know, responsibly given everything that's going on. But make sure that you enjoy yourself. Make sure that you get out there and live your season to the fullest. So yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick Libra season reading to see what this season has in store for us. I'm definitely going to do a separate video on the astrology because the astrology is a little wonky for October. I do it by month, not necessarily by sign, and there's a little bit of rockiness. I mean, as though the year hasn't been rocky already, right? But there's a little bit of rockiness astrologically speaking, but I'm going to get to that in a separate video so that you guys can get a full overview of that. But this is going to be the messages from Spirit reading for Libra season for the collective. Please remember that these readings are general. They may or may not resonate with you. And if they don't resonate with you, that's cool. If they do, that's even better. But they're general. They're meant for a large amount of people, and it's just whatever generally Spirit wants us to know at this time. So without further ado, let me get into it. This time I'm doing things a little differently. I've picked a couple of oracle cards as like the general overview of Libra season, and then I'll circle back into the tarot for some more direct and more specific messages for the month. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, so the first card we have is, I like this, this is peace. It says, I am a being of love. I release all negative energy. Sort of really vibes with the whole theme of Libra season, doesn't it? I mean, having things in balance does bring a certain sense of peace. So I feel like right off the bat, Spirit wants us to know that there are certain things that we have to realign in order to find that peace. I mean, with everything that's going on, there's a lot that can rock you and rob you of your peace. So I feel like Libra season, right off the bat, it's like you've got to, I'm getting, the vision I'm getting is like for those who are in the music industry or those who are just cognizant, you know, like a soundboard where you have to adjust the levels in order for the sound to be good, to be perfect, to be exactly as you want it. That is what I'm getting as far as Libra season. It's like you've got to adjust the levels in different areas of your life in order to get that balance. So in order for you to have peace. Let's move on. All right, we've got personal growth, which is a number 7. And with this purple here, this is definitely crown chakra energy. I don't know, but lately my crown chakra has been like on fire. Like I feel like it has just been opening up. There's been a lot of downloads that have been coming through, and that may be true for you also. And that's part of this personal growth. Opening your crown chakra, being open to spirit, and just working on yourself. And like I said, I'm not sure if I said it before, but if I didn't, I'll say it now. Libra season is all about relationships, right? It's all about the other. And everything leading up to Libra season, so from Aries to Libra, is all about your personal development. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's all about yourself. And all of the signs leading up to Libra are everything that you are doing to develop yourself. Once you get to Libra season, Libra sparks that now that you've done the personal development, now you're ready to get into relationships. You're ready to experience intimacy in relationships. You're ready to go out in public and work. So Libra season starts, you know, the time of the other, where you're focusing on outward expression. You're focusing on other people. And I feel like starting this season in particular, you need to call upon the skills and the lessons you've learned in your own personal development. So now we're taking it to another level. Now we're just not focused on ourselves. We're not just focused on our health. We're not just focused on what we love. We're not just focused on skills and techniques that we've learned or the things that we have amassed and accumulated. Now we're taking those lessons and we're applying it to other people. And that's what we're doing right now. And a lot of that involves crown chakra, opening your crown chakra. All right, moving on, we've got perfect timing. Love this card because it's just a reminder that everything happens in divine timing and everything happens when it's supposed to happen. If you look at this card, you see how it's these two sort of rainbows coming together into this hourglass, and that's sort of what this is. It reminds me of Libra season. You've got the two scales sort of coming together in perfect balance in order to experience peace. So a lot of what you are supposed to do is work on yourself and work on your personal growth, and then leave everything else to spirit, because everything is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Everything is going to happen in divine and perfect timing. Okay, followed by synchronicity. And what number is this? This is 44. Synchronicity. So this goes perfectly with perfect timing. You know, things are synced up with spirit. It's like spirit is going to send you signs. Spirit is going to put things in a way that are for your highest good. But again, your job this month, this Libra season, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like that soundboard. You've got to adjust the levels. That's your job this month. Adjust the levels in order to have peace and in order to have true personal growth. And then finally, we have building blocks. And what number is this? This is number 28. So it's sort of like a new beginning as well. So a lot of things have been destroyed in recent times, right? A lot of things that we know, a lot of things that we love, a lot of things that we've been accustomed to have been destroyed. We've experienced a collective tower moment. And I feel like this is the start of the rebuilding. I get that it's going to be, again, it's in perfect timing. So it's not the case where you say, okay, I want to do this right now, and all right, I'm going to start doing this and doing that and expect a result, a tangible result within a year or within 6 months. I feel like you just got to do the work, put those blocks together, start building, and things are going to happen in perfect timing. Things are going to happen in accordance with divine timing. And that's like the best that we can do right now. All you can do is try to bring yourself and your immediate environment peace, again, by adjusting those levels. Good stuff. All right, let's get into the tarot and see what specific messages we have with respect to this for Libra season. All right, we've got Four of Pentacles, and you see this structure right here. This is all about building. It's like building a fortress. Again, this goes to the message of building blocks. So there is going to be some construction this season that's going to be important. I'm also hearing protection. I'm definitely also hearing protection. Yeah. Okay. We've got the Two of Swords. All right, let's get some more out here. There we go. All right, we've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Queen of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Let's get one more out here. We've got the Prince of Wands. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hierophant. All right. So again, off the bat, this Hierophant card is definitely talking about divine timing. It's definitely talking about a higher power at work. This Queen of Swords, this is definitely indicative of Libra. Libra is an air sign. And I love how the depiction of this card, it has her like, she just chopped somebody's head off. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So I'm hearing some of you are being held back by feelings of guilt and regret. And it's sort of stopping you in your tracks. A lot of you are holding on to a lot of heavy and low vibrational emotions. Just like I said before about how there's been a destruction that's been going on, right? A lot of the things that we know, that we love, that we are accustomed to have just been destroyed or are being dismantled. And I feel like a lot of you are taking that I'm hearing personally. Like the sadness and the grief is really weighing heavily on you, and it's preventing you from having, from building something that can last in your life. It's almost like forming an obstacle. It's forming a roadblock. Which is normal. I mean, given everything that's been going on, especially if you've lost somebody recently, that can definitely weigh heavily on you. And no one is saying that you have to just, you know, dust yourself off and start moving right away. There's always going to be a sort of mourning period. But the message here is cautioning you to, like, staying in that space of regret, sadness, despair is really going to have you being left behind. Not only are you not going to have peace, but you're not going to evolve, because we're all evolving right now. The world is evolving right now. Everything that's been destroyed is leaving room for new things, new and better things to take their place. And if you are stuck in this heavy, low vibrational energy, it's like the world is just going to pass you by, and you're going to be stuck in a place that's really not going to, like, imagine like a ghost town where everyone has left, everyone has moved on, and you're stuck in this place where there's no resources, where there's like no vegetation, no nothing. Like, that's what I'm being shown right now. So although there is a time for sadness, although there is a natural feeling of sadness, regret, grief, whatever, at some point you're going to have to move past that. You're going to have to move past that. And I feel like part of the way to move past that is by, like, I'm hearing igniting your inner flame, but it's about, okay, perfect. This is, sorry, I'm like tongue-tied right now. Like I said before, everything leading up to Libra season is all about personal development. And during Leo season, and if you notice, there's a lion down here. During Leo season, you learn all about what your heart desires and doing things from your heart that are fun, that are lighthearted, that are passionate. And you need to tap into that. The lessons that you learn from Leo season is what's going to help you get out of this rut, help you get out of this state of despair and grief. Doing what you love and following your heart is what's going to help propel you forward and not have you like left behind. For air signs, I feel like some of you may be entering into a new relationship, or there's a new relationship that's presenting itself. But I feel like some of you are just like super, super guarded. You see, it's like this fortress right here, right? Like some of you are just you're not playing any games, and you've got this energy of like, look, don't cross. You are so not ready to let anybody in. And especially now that we're in the season of relationships, like some of you are really like adverse to relationships right now. I feel like if anyone gets too close, this is what you do. Like you just cut their head off. You're not playing games. You're not into being nice or sweet or receptive. Like you are just like, no, I'm not having any parts of it. I feel like it's because you're focused on your own. You're focused on your own self, right? You're focused on your own needs, your desires, your own personal growth, your own personal goals, having peace in your life, rebuilding. I'm hearing that some of you, you're like this because of a past relationship or a past experience that has you just not wanting a relationship at all, which is fine. But again, that same sort of energy, this is where you're going to find yourself if you are stuck in this sort of energy, not wanting anyone to pass, not being receptive to anyone, sort of closing yourself off in your own little fortress. And again, that's the result of some past grief, some past situation that had you feeling like this, had you feeling despair, had you feeling abandoned, alone, sad. Again, which is fine, but the message for you is the same. Like you need to find what makes your heart sing, what you're passionate about. That's also what's going to help you get out of this rut, get out of this like low vibrational, heavy energy that's weighing you down. And it's not just air signs. It could just be people who are closed off emotionally. Like a lot of you are concerned with just building wealth or building things in your life, like physical, tangible things. And you feel like you just don't have time for romance, or you don't have time for relationships. And because of the things that you've been through in the past, you think that your peace lies in just securing the bag, building your empire, etc. But again, it's like the cautionary tale here is like you don't want to get stuck in that energy. And again, especially since we're in the relationship season, you know, it's definitely something that you definitely don't want to continue like that. You definitely don't want to continue like that. Yeah, I just feel like for those of you who find this message, I just feel like you are closing yourself off to a lot of things. Some of you were hurt by someone who left you, by someone who was playing around, who wasn't serious about you. Since we're speaking about relationships, this person wasn't, they were playing the field. They had mad options. They were a heartbreaker. And I have to let you know that Mercury is about to go retrograde during Libra season. So that's always like the return of the ex, which is very possible, because since Libra is the relationship sign, with Mercury going retrograde, it is, of all the seasons when Mercury goes retrograde, it's this particular season where you might definitely hear from an ex. And I feel like you are ready and waiting to just chop this person's head off. You are going to be so defensive. Even if they come, you know, offering you their cup of love, if they come like ready to rekindle whatever it is that you guys had in the past, like you are going to be so guarded. And just, I see some of you just like cursing this person out or being like crazy sarcastic and just making this person feel like shit, honestly. Yeah, some of you are going to be ruthless in the things that you say, especially women. If you are a woman and your ex is a man and they come back, I feel like you are just going to chop this dude's head off. You really are. Seriously. Yeah, I feel like, again, the overarching message is that some of you really need to... You don't want to miss an opportunity. And I feel like for those of you who resonate with the message of an ex coming back, you will know if it is legit. Like, you'll know if it's something that you should entertain because you're going to get signs and synchronicities. And this person is going to want to build with you. So this building that you've been doing by yourself thus far, this person is going to offer to do the same. If this person is not about building with you, if this person is not about personal growth, bringing peace to your life, then that's how you know it's not good. It's not something you should entertain. But if it is something you should entertain, you'll definitely get the signs. For some of you, I'm hearing that Libra season is going to be healing for you, like health-wise. I see some of you getting the help to get the healing that you need to heal a medical issue. I'm hearing others of you are really looking forward to Halloween. And Halloween is going to be interesting this year because we have a full moon on Halloween. We actually have 2 full moons during the month of October, which isn't really, you know, it's not that out of the ordinary, but there's going to be a lot of intense energy in October. But some of you are like, I'm hearing like light as a feather, stiff as a board. Like some of you are really looking forward to like seances and all of that sort of spooky stuff that comes with Halloween. Like, I feel like y'all live for that shit. Y'all is so passionate about it and y'all is so like ready. Like, that's what sets your heart on fire. That's what sets your heart on fire, and that's what's gonna help you get out of any sort of like rut that you've been in. Then do it. Definitely do it. All right, let's get some more cards out here. Let's get one on the 4 of Pentacles. We've got main male, and I feel like this is you. Whoever's watching, this is you. This is you. Again, I feel like y'all are just building. You're building and you're protecting yourselves. Keeping yourself cordoned off. Some of you are still really like heavily quarantining, I'm seeing. Heavily quarantining. Some of y'all are like not letting people into your houses. You're just like, no. I don't care who you are, you ain't coming in here. Okay. Get some more cards out here. We've got journey. And this is on the 2 of Swords. Some of you are standing in your own way. Like when I was talking about personal growth before, I feel like your indecision and your, again, this feeling of regret, this feeling of despair is really like stunting your growth. It's like there's definitely a new beginning that awaits you, but because of what you've experienced in the past, you're not even willing to embark on this journey. And that's definitely not what you want to do. Despite what you've been through in the past, like you can have a wonderful new beginning right now, despite how it looks. Despite how society looks, despite what's going on, you can have a grand new beginning, but you have to get out of your own way, is what I'm hearing. I hear that some of you also need to take a trip, but I feel like because of everything that's going on, you're like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should go. So you're at like a standstill. Yeah, like y'all, you've planned the trip and everything, but you're just like, I don't know. I really don't know. You'd rather stay home. You'd rather stay home. I feel like you're kind of afraid, and it's almost like with everything that's going on, you're being weighed down by like the collective energy of craziness, of, you know, despair, and all of that stuff is really weighing you down. And it's not only impeding you from your own personal journey, but it's impeding you from like an actual trip that you have to take or you're supposed to take, if that makes sense. We got two. I'll take them. Okay. Ooh. We've got marriage. And we've got the coffin. So some of you are feeling despair and grief because of a marriage that didn't work out. Point blank. Even if it's not a marriage, it could be, like I said, a business situation where you had a contract with somebody and it just didn't work out. Or not only did it not work out, it ended. And for some of you, I'm hearing it ended badly. Like one of the parties involved kind of just left. They left. I feel like they weren't being fulfilled in the arrangement. So if it was a marriage, somebody left or somebody decided to end the marriage because they weren't feeling fulfilled. The marriage didn't, like, their heart wasn't in it anymore. And the same thing with a business situation. Somebody's heart wasn't in it. Somebody didn't believe in the project, believe in the business, and they left. And that's what has you feeling like despair, doom, and grief. Let's get one on the Queen of Swords. We've got house. And if you notice with this fence around it, I feel like especially air signs, a lot of you are really like defensive right now. Even if you notice with this Four of Pentacles, there's a moat around this house. Although the door is open, there's only one way to get in, right? There's only one way to get in. Again, I feel like this message is for people who have exes that are coming back. It's like there's one way that this person can really get you. There's one way that this person can really there's one way that this person can approach you that would let you let your guard down. But otherwise, I feel like y'all are mad defensive. You're very defensive. Your communication is very short and curt. It's very emotionless. And I feel like you're just trying to protect yourself at all costs. Let's get one on Ace of Cups. We've got thoughts. Yeah, someone's definitely thinking about a new relationship, rekindling a relationship. I'm definitely hearing that out of this marriage that didn't work, or out of this relationship that didn't work, there's someone who left before, definitely maybe thinking about coming back and starting over again. And that's part of their personal growth. That's part of their personal journey, is rekindling a relationship that they once left. Yeah. Some of them went far. They might have moved to a different state. They definitely took up a different residence. But they can't get the relationship off their mind. And they want to come back, especially during this Mercury retrograde. They're like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to come back. All right, let's get one on Prince of Wands. Okay. We've got despair. And we've got community. So again, I feel like it's this, whatever makes your heart sing, whatever desires you have, whatever makes you happy, whatever is fun, that is what's going to help you get out of this feeling of despair. I think I must have said the word despair like 40 million times in this reading, but that's really what's going to help you get out of that situation. For some of you, if this was a business situation that didn't work out, I feel like once it crumbled, like you either lost your job or lost your income. Like it really affected you on a material level. Like some of you may be afraid of your house going into foreclosure or being evicted, I'm seeing. Some of you are thinking about traveling to a different state where you are able to like afford the housing, but it has you feeling like this. Once everything crumbled, it had you feeling like this. I'm also hearing that you need to surround yourself with people that'll make you happy. Like it's very easy once you get depressed to sort of isolate and, you know, stay at home. Again, some of you, I see y'all are really staying at home. Even if it's not for quarantine, it's because you're feeling all of this despair. You want to stay at home. You want to like close yourself off to people, but that is not necessarily the answer to finding peace and to moving forward. Like you need to get out there. You need to be social to the best of your ability and find people that are going to help you. Find people that are going to make you feel better. Find people that are going to celebrate you. And I feel like just being around people will definitely help you get out of that rut that you're in. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we've got poverty. So I feel like some of you have really been hit hard financially, and that's what's stopping you from moving forward. But this is the perfect time to start rebuilding. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, this is, despite what everything looks like, despite what you see around you, this really is a time to rebuild. Even if it's with someone that is from the past, or even if it's not, it's definitely a time to build something new. It's perfect timing right now. And even if it's not perfect timing, like at this exact moment, Spirit is going to show you when the perfect time is. So while you're waiting, like while you're in the waiting room, is, you know, develop yourself. Like I said before, use the skills that you've learned from Aries season to now in order to rebuild. And in order to get yourself out of this rut, out of this despair, out of this sadness and grief, because you can't stay there. You can't stay in that state. You can't stay in that state because it's just not going to be beneficial to you. All right. Let's close out the reading by getting 3 astrology cards to put a little more detail onto this message. All right. First off, we've got conjunction, which is about empowerment. Conjunction is when planets are close together. They're smushed together. They're at the same degree in the same sign. And of course, if you're not aware, we are experiencing the Great Conjunction, which is Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. They're all conjunct in the sign of Capricorn. And Jupiter just went direct on the 12th of September. Saturn is about to go direct on the 29th of September. And Pluto is about to go direct in the beginning of October. I think it's October 7th or thereabout. But all 3 planets are going to be going direct, and it's going to be full steam ahead. So I encourage you all to look at your natal chart and see what house Capricorn is and see how these 3 planets are going to affect you at this time. I think that's going to be the key to the issues that are going on in this reading that I've talked about already. Let's get another one out here. Okay. We've got Aquarius, and it says the innovator. I feel like this is the type of energy that you need to step into when we're talking about building. The innovator. Like I said, despite what everything looks like around you, this is definitely a prime time to be building something new. And being an innovator, being unique, you know, being, it says here utopian, and this is the word me show you this card again. One of the words here is utopian, and to me this speaks directly to this sort of energy. Utopian, and it's all about, you know, that perfect harmony, that peace. So you need to follow your heart, most definitely. Of any advice that I have, of any message I've given in this reading through the last half hour, the main message is follow your heart. Follow your heart this season. And don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to do things differently. Don't be afraid to do things in a way that's completely different from how everyone else is doing. And then finally, we've got the moon. And the moon is all about feelings. Like I said, we've got 2 full moons in the month of October. And we've got 1 new moon. So there's going to be a lot of intensity, especially around emotions. And so this month, probably above all else, while you're following your heart, you definitely need to tap into your feelings as well. And you definitely need to address those. Like I said, a lot of you have been feeling despair. A lot of you have been feeling down in the dumps. These are feelings that you need to pay attention to. And that you need to follow your heart in order to get out of those feelings, to get out of that low vibrational state. Oh, and look at that. At the bottom of the deck, we close out the reading with Libra for Libra season. And the keywords for Libra season here are harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, fair, idealistic, aesthetic, choosy, aspirational, geometric, graceful, considerate, obliging, indecisive, judgmental, and flattering. So those are all of the keywords for this Libra season. And that has been your general reading for Libra season. I hope that you were able to get at least one message from this reading, and hopefully at least one thing resonated with you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me or order an astrology report, those links are in the description box below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead, where I do a quick and dirty tarot read on the energies from the upcoming week. So follow me there so you don't miss that. As always, my loves, everything I do is a labor of love and comes straight from the bottom of my heart. If you feel so inclined and would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, that link is in the description box as well. It is always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.